The story of coffee begins with a green bean, hidden in the red cherry of the coffee tree. Some call it magical, others say it's evil. But no matter how jealously or greedily guarded, neither kings, nor merchants, nor priests could keep it from spreading around the earth. For sooner or later, everyone is seduced by the irresistible bean. This is a saga which begins over 1,000 years ago, deep in the ancient forest of a land often called the cradle of humanity.
No one really knows who discovered coffee or when exactly it was, but we do know that it was in Ethiopia, that coffee still grows wild in the mountains of Ethiopia. And there's a wonderful legend of Kaldi, the goat herd, that makes as much sense as any other creation myth.
Isarra kan ka'e nyaata sanirraa ka'e maaliif bunni kun maalirraa nama si'eessaa jechuurraa baramee kanaan bu'an jedhantu immoo buqqisee sibiilan dhaabbadhaa wanni kun waan gaariidha waan fuulduratti barbaadamu jedhee han biyya dhaabsise isaanii han jedhu taarikii nan dhagaye. Ijoollee re'ee tiksutu argee erga san immoo abbaa jabir baalbuu kan jedhamtu takka taattalee immoo biyya hundaafis akka faafalee kan jedhe isaanii taarikii isaanii kanaan dabarsinaa. Bunni immoo har'a buna coocee kana fakkaatu hin jiru. Akka kana immoo hin arge ijoollee re'ee tiksitu jedhanii. Din zaman sana immoo namni fuudhee biyya akka faafalee biyya keenya qaqqabee abbaayyoo kan jedhan isaanii santu biyya qabee biyya hundaa akka faafalee. Arras immoo wanni buna coocee kana fakkaatu hin jiru caalaa bunaatii nabbaariidha. Bunni immoo biyya kana akkabaabii kana jiru akkana amma bunni kuni akka kana argame. Bunni immoo har'a buna coocee kana fakkaatu hin jiru bakka biraatiin argamu.
He suddenly felt all kinds of energy and excitement, and he started dancing around and singing, and he felt like writing poetry to his girlfriend and things like that. So that's how coffee was supposedly discovered.
Ethiopians are the first to gather coffee growing wild in the forest. It is likely, as in the Kaldi legend, that the coffee cherries are simply chewed at first, or the beans ground with fat to make an energy bar. Later, the Ethiopians brew the leaves with boiled water as a weak tea. It isn't until the 1400s that someone, perhaps accidentally, roasts the beans and discovers how good they smell. They grind them and brew a black, potent beverage. Ah, coffee.
Every Ethiopian knows coffee's birthplace is in Ethiopia. You know, Ethiopians are proud of the coffee. You know, from the not only coffee growing areas, all Ethiopians, they drink early morning coffee as a prestige. If you go to any Ethiopian house, they prepare coffee before any dish. Coffee will be family beverage. It brings friendship, kinship. The coffee is an heritage and a proud of Ethiopia's culture.
Haji Muhammad's granddaughter prepares an elaborate coffee ceremony that is centuries old. Only the women of the house can roast the beans. When they begin to crackle, she ladles them on a metal plate to be blessed by the spirits of fertility and prosperity. The ceremony commemorates the journey of 3 sheiks who went into the wilderness in search of God. When they were nearly starving, it is said, God appeared and instructed them to grind coffee beans for food. There are always 3 servings of coffee to honor the 3 sheiks. The first round is called Abul, then Tona, and finally Baraka, which means the blessing. The mistress pours the boiled coffee from high up to let the aroma permeate the room. She adds a little sugar, or sometimes salt. The brew is thick and strong, with some of the grounds still floating in the cup. The eldest is always served first.